Hello everybody, Model Farmer 6710 back here with another video, and welcome back to another video with the modification series. So as you've seen by the thumbnail and title, we're going to be making a Ford TW15. So let's get into it. So here we have a bit of our equipment that we're going to be using, or the parts we'll need. So starting off, we're going to need a briatins TW20. A Ford TW20. This is a nice model, but we're going to be making it into a Super Q cab, which is where we need the Universal Hobbies Ford 7810. And essentially what we're going to be doing is taking the cab off this model and taking the cab off this model and putting this cab onto here, which is going to make it, it's going to make it, I suppose, look better. Might be a bit different. And then I'm going to be using some Universal Hobbies T7 wheels, which doesn't matter what wheels you use, but these are the wheels I'm going to go with. They're not original Ford wheels, but you can pick them up either. And then you're going to need your Ford TW15 stickers. And so you can pick them up on Farm Models NL, and along with your 2 beacons if you want to finish off the model nicely. So let's get into it. I think the first thing we're going to do is I'll take the wheels off this and I'll take the cab off. So let's get to it. So as you can see, I've all the wheels off the TW20, and essentially I kind of had to rip them off the back, and now we're left with that. But on the front, if you take off the front hub, you'll be able to unscrew them then and keep this. I screwed the screws back in, because then when we're putting on the tyres, the big tyres, I'll be able to put them in so they'll be able to spin and all. So let's take off the cab. This Britain Models is coming apart nicely. So all I had to do was the front weight that was on the front of this model, there was one screw, and I was able to lift off the bonnet. So that'll leave things easier, so I won't break the exhaust or anything while I'm trying to take off this cab. I see there's a screw right there below the cab, and we'll test that, and we'll try to get it up. Here we have it. I've then that screw out, lift straight off. Very handy to take off. And then there's the interior. So yeah, now we're left with our base, which now we have to start looking at this one. So we are here with the Universal Hobbies 7810. And just underneath here, under the mudguard, you can see there's 2 screws on both sides. So I'm going to unscrew them and see if they have any gist to taking off the cab. So I just pried off the bonnet, which the Universal Hobbies bonnets, all you have to do to take them off is get a flathead screwdriver underneath them and pry them up. There's no screws holding them down. And that's the first thing you should really do when you're trying to take apart a Universal Hobbies model. And after I had them 4 screws undone and the bonnet off, this cab just lifted up like so. And the window was kind of just wedged in there. So this might even let us that we can have the window open at the back of the cab, you know. So let's get to it. We have a bit more work to do. I think there's screws under there. I might have to take off them 2 black boxes underneath, and we'll be able to take off the whole cab. After a lot of hard work later, we have the cab off. It was a harder task than I thought, but I kind of nearly had to take apart the whole model, but just to get off the end bit of all the interior and mudguards and stuff. But it's off now. If you do it, you'll figure it out, and it'll look like this, hopefully. And just when I was putting in the back window, as you can see, it's missing. So I actually brought the back window with me, and I'll have to trim around the outside, and then it'll be like the back window is open when the model is fully complete. For the minute, I'll throw it in there so I don't lose it. So let's get to the next task. So my next task is to basically fit everything up before I start touching paint or anything like that. So basically I need that to sit down a bit more. So obviously it's level with the bonnet. I'm trying not to do that, but basically my problem is I just have to make this surface level, basically. So I have to grind that down, cut it down, whatever I have to do. But You might see it a bit better there. It just won't sit down, so that's what I'm going to have to do now. Now that that is done, I'm just going to have to there's a bit of sticky stuff there, so I'm going to have to wash that off. But the reason we're doing this is we're going to paint the bonnet. And the reason is because this bonnet is plastic, and if you look at the Universal Hobbies bonnet just over here, you can see it's metal and it looks a little bit brighter, and really in person it looks a lot better, and when it's on the scene and if you're in a bit of sunlight. So since this is plastic, we're going to prime it up and we're going to spray it up. So here we go. We just have the first coat on, very light coat, but it's key to use white spray paint if at all possible. It brings up the model a bit better. It tends to give it a better shine on the bonnet. I used to use grey, grey primer, but Stephen told me to use the white, and I used it on a recent model and the bonnet came out really nice. So let's do more. So guys, as you can see, I have the bonnet on, front weight and front lights. I'm actually very happy how this turned out. All it needs now is the exhaust. So we'll fit that on when we're done, but now let's fit in our cab. It was very easy to paint this bonnet and put on the stickers. It was the Farm Models NL Ford TW15 stickers, and they fitted really well. So let's get on the cab. And yes guys, here we have it. We've the cab on. Yeah, I'm happy how it came out there. So before we put on the tyres, let's put on the exhaust and the beacons, and what we've to put on the back window as well. So let's get to it. Right guys, we have this stage, beacons, back windows glued on, exhaust, the cab, everything's resprayed. We're basically done. But now we have an option between a few tyres. So we have 7, 8, 10 tyres, the wheels and all the alloy. I think this option is nice. It looks well, you know, if I was to actually have it in. And then there's the proper TW wheel, which this is the one I'll be going for. And then I did, at the start of the video, say, don't mind all my workspace, but at the start of the video, I was going to use this New Holland T7 wheel, which is from Universal Hobbies, but it actually is a bit too big. So if you just compare, if I put this one down on top, and you can see there's a lot more chunkiness in it. It looks okay there, but it actually doesn't fit in properly, which this one does, and it leaves a bit of gap between the mudguard. But this just, it looks like a monster. And here the front ones compared to the front TWs, like there's a lot in the difference. They're a lot wider and all, but I think these ones will look good. So let's throw them on. These are off an 8830 Universal Hobbies model. I found them on Facebook and just asked, does anyone have them? And I picked these up for £5, I think it was, so about €8 when it got delivered. So yeah, let's throw these on and we're out the gap. Right guys, so here we are, we're just all done, and we have a choice between our wheels. So we have the proper TW wheels and we have Universal Hobbies T7 wheels. So I think I'm going to go with these. They're going to look big, massive, and I think they'll suit the Ford Fierce well. So let's get these on. Now, this is our end result. Just have a look at that. Ford TW15. Straight pipe, big wheels, beacons, back window opened, new cab. It's very, very nice, resprayed and all. And I am more than impressed with this tractor. So we have Universal Hobbies T7 and New Holland wheels on it, so very impressed with them. We've the basic standard Britain's TW20 chassis and bonnet. We've a Ford 7810 Universal Hobbies cab gone into it. So yeah, I am very impressed. Let's take a bit of a walk around. As you can see, back window is opened. Dual beacons, they're actually T7 beacons as well, and I got the stickers on Farm Models NL. So let me know what you guys think of this model. Would you like to have one yourself? So yeah, thanks everybody for watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and let me know if there's any more modification series videos you'd like to see me do. Bye for now.